Hello YouTube from the future. As you can see and hear, today I'm not in the best shape, so this stream will be a bit um, shorter than usual. I will be hopefully a bit more silent than usual because my voice is very tired. And today we are going to work a little bit the cinematics, especially the third cinematic, which is the last really hard cinematic for this campaign. Okay, this is the last hard cinematic. Any other cinematic, including the playable epilogue, will be much more much more easier to make because they involve less characters, less camera motion, maybe just the final one with Mal'Ganis in the playable interlude, but still I can make it quite similar to the original. For this one I want to stay quite true to the original Reforged because I think the original Reforged looks good. We can even watch it together if you want, but if you don't, you can find plenty of footage online. And so I'm going to basically add all motions of the original one with a bit of tweaking that makes them look better in the Re-Reforged context. Okay, so imagine I start from the original and then in this case I will redo basically the original with improvements instead of doing it from scratch like I always do. How is the entrance of the cave? This is the exit. This is the entrance. The entrance is reached when you play, so you usually don't want to replay in a cinematic what you do when you are... okay, I now understand. I think you meant this entrance here. You will see basically them moving through here. This is the first section. You will see them moving through here, like that, basically. And this will change, this will be very different from the original Reforged because they had not such a beautiful cave. And then they approach, and I will try to stay true as much as I can because it's quite nice. But it will add tweaks. I will add things, of course, because I can't refrain myself to redo everything, basically. Reforged is a remake, not a remaster, so we'll remake it. Okay, so to start, we want to set the unit's position. Hello Eddie, and welcome to the stream. So, we will go with placing a couple important units, just a couple, of very casual, absolutely unrelated units. And so, we can decide. I think Arthas should stay here. I am not really sure about his positioning because he has to move a little forward. Let me check his animations in Retera's Model Studio so I can better understand the distance that I have to put it. So, open recent, Arthas fixed no glow. Okay, so let's... I can't snap this, so I will enlarge it. Okay. We have cinematic Hammer Throw 1. Okay, this is the first one, okay. I call upon the spirit of this place. This is the one. Then idle is when it's okay, moving here, and then reach is when you finally reach. Okay, this is basically the animations, just that. There is not many animations. Okay, this is more than enough though. So he makes like, if you think his position is there, a couple of steps. So I think this could be good. I think we should rotate this though. So in order to rotate the Frostmourne pedestal, we have to make sure it's not a building. Where is he? Is he undead or human? Maybe undead. Campaign. Buildings. Yes. It's a building, so we don't want him to be a building until we placed it. So we made these two folds. And once this is done, we can rotate it. Okay, so we can rotate it, for example, like that. This is basically how one of the shot will be, okay, with this. How big is it with respect to Arthas? Let me check how big is Arthas with sword, just to have an idea. I think these two swords are basically the same size. Do you agree? What do you think? Do you think the two swords are the same size? I think they are. It's very, very weird size. It's too big, but anyway. This is how Arthas with... Come on, Arthas, can you rotate? This is how Arthas with Frostmourne looks like now. It's much more similar to this one, you see. It's just with a bit more palette, with a bit more pale, with some frost, but... Thank you, Jason, for the follow. So, I think the size is perfect. I think I should reduce a bit the size of this Arthas. Yes, I mean, Warcraft armors and swords are not only oversized, they are usually completely absurd. So we are going to actually resize a little bit the Arthas with sword. Let me check the scaling value of this. Now they should be the same. Perfect, they are the same now. And the Frostmourne blade is also a little bit smaller, I think, but it's not important, it's not noticeable unless you really put them close, but they will not ever be close. Okay, so this position is fine. Then, if he has this position, we have to make sure he comes from up here, so I think something like that. We want to make him like rotate a little bit. So, since this is a very important cinematic, we can make a bit more of regions to make him move a bit more, how can I say, with a bit more rotation, something like that. And this a bit like that, okay. And of course there is also Muradin. Okay. And Muradin should come a bit later, so we should be walking after him. Don't tell it to Pauldrons, yeah. Stuff is oversized in Warcraft. I think it's a very good choice. It's awesome how also realistic models like that can look very good with oversized weapons and armors. But of course we have to keep in mind that they are not realistic. It could be it is impossible to use only one hand to wield such an hammer, for example, in real life, but who cares? So we also have Muradin following closely, something like that. I want it to make a little bit of this, like this. Like he's more direct, while Muradin is a bit more, how can I say, less rushing. There is a reason why the camera is not looking up to him. It's because the model has hero glow, and currently I have no enough space to have another model inside this map without the hero glow. So this is the reason basically. I think it doesn't need to look so imposing in the cinematic. You already see him imposing when you are seeing him from behind. We're seeing him from behind and looking how small Arthas and Muradin are. But this kind of shot it's impossible to make unless I remove this hero glow. And I don't want to remove the hero glow for gameplay reasons, so that's why. Consider that this map already is way over the maximum size limit, so I will have to make optimizations later on and delete some stuff in order for it to work, unless Blizzard fix a bit his fucking engine. Fucking client, I would say, because the map can be read by the engine but not by the client. Stupid as fuck. Okay. a bit closer. Okay. Now, once we've done this, we're going to take the regions. We can just copy these regions. Copy these two regions here. And this, of course, will be cinematic 03 artist 00. Yeah, cinematic 03. Because there is some kind of hero glow defines heroes in Reforged, and your abilities, everything you do, has different effects on heroes with respect to other units. So, as a rule, I decided to use this and keep hero glow on all the heroes. The boss fight against the Guardian is against an hero. All heroes have hero glow. This is something that is important, I think, for gameplay. You have to know at a glance that this is an hero, and so your abilities affect him differently than they will do with regular units. It's not something you can just discard. Consider that all boss battle I've done, I've always defined them as heroes, so it makes sense. It's very consistent. I don't want to not be consistent just to make a shot. I don't think the shot is needed, of course. Okay, I will have more freedom if I didn't have the hero glow. This is for sure. This is not very well placed, so this should be something like this. This should be something like this. Because of course you stop them as soon as they arrive, so you don't have to center them. And this is... Okay, then we have Muradin. This should be centered on Muradin. Yes, okay. Like this. Muradin 01. Like this. 02. This, Muradin 03, and finally Muradin 04. There is basically no other movement in this map. Okay, in this. Okay, since we've done that, I am going to now save, and let's try to import the various cameras we have from the other original map. Thank you, Lodar. Lodar Hayes. Don't know how to pronounce this. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so this is the original cave. My god, how sad this looks. Okay. What is this? What are these small regions? Frostmourne look. Yeah, what? Okay, what? Who cares? Let me check the cameras. This look, Arthas looks. Oh, we have a good set. We have Muradin Death. Sorry. Let's see if we can just copy a bunch of these and center them correctly. That would be awesome. I have to see they are centered here. So let me remove this and let me show. Oh my god, this is basically impossible to see. Okay, this is like isometric. Please stop being isometric. Okay. I have to see. No. Sorry, camera object. This should be something like this. And let me check a little bit how are they placed. We have one camera. This camera is beside Arthas. Something like that with respect to Arthas. Okay, let's see if I can copy this. No, will not be easy. There should be copy rotate. Rotate paste. Yes, control numpad. Let me. Let me see. You know what? I can't stand doing this. Let me just see the cameras and do it again. So we have I think some cameras don't have the proper name. So you know what we can do? Instead of using this, I can do something very different and go to YouTube and see how it works by himself. So we have okay, I will take it muted. Let me see the cinematic very close. Where are you, cinematic? We have this shot. I'm watching it right now. Okay, so first shot should be easy. Oh, water elemental. Terrifying water elemental on me. Okay, so we'll have to make a good shot. I think a shot like that is quite good. So we start from this. Okay, no, let's use this. Okay. Okay. Okay, this should be fine. Then after that we go close. Then we go up. Something like this. It's similar to the original. Okay. Then we can zoom in. And we also zoom him here. Okay. Then we could a little bit probably make Muradin a bit closer to Arthas and Frostmourne this way. Okay. Now let me go on. We have a shot with the blade and Muradin himself. I think I could invert the shot with respect to the original. In the original the shot is a bit like that, without showing Arthas. I think I could actually do it showing Arthas. Something like this. So this. Let me see, can I go a little bit here and then reduce the distance? Okay, now I'm more centered here, a bit better. Okay, then we can do another shot like that with only the blade and Muradin, and this is where it will interpolate. and we can make it much smaller, this after depth of field. Okay, then let me go on. Then there is a beautiful shot in the original one, which is this one. So basically he starts speaking, he speaks about the blade, then at a certain point we don't watch him anymore, and then we just watch this. We just watch this, maybe even a bit more like that. Let's try to make them centered in the best possible way. Maybe like this. Of course you can comment on what I'm doing. I'm trying to... Okay, so this is probably... Sorry, made a mistake. This is probably... Now we can make another one. Exactly like that. Now we can try to make something like this, but with an increased distance. Maybe something like that is enough. So we should actually change it, because we go away, but it's like we are zooming in. I can actually try with this, and let me check. Perfect, you see the effect. The effect on this is a change of perspective that is very, very neat. The final clip of the human campaign was shielded by Arthas. Yes, we'll do something like that. Don't know if we'll do it here. But here, let me check. We have this section, this with Muradin speaking, and we see the inscription. While we speak, we go to this. Then we can, after this, I want to be faithful as much as I can. Because you have to think that we need to have dialogue running over this, okay? So it's better probably to have a view of the blade very close up, only when you have no dialogue on it. Yes, I think it's very clear how it looks by watching this, okay? So this is very close from one side, it's very close from the other side. I hate this fucking animation. It makes me mad. Come on, stop doing this, stupid blade. And so this is okay, this is okay, this is closer. Then we can actually move to... What could I do? It's hard to make what you're asking in the context we have. I have to show Muradin. I could do something like this. Maybe we can work on it. Instead of having this section here, I'm watching with him just looking at the blade again. He just moves his head, and we could do the move of his head here. and this will be what you are asking basically, which is not a bad idea per se. It just have to be working fine. This is better, I think. Okay. We can do something like that. Then we can create a new camera here. And while it says something like we need to get out of here, it will move his head towards Ardas. And while it does that, we just go up, watching the blade here. And we cannot move upper than this in order to keep it centered on the characters, but we can do something like that, maybe, I think, even less. Perfect, we can do this. So we can actually see much of the blade, and maybe I can also change a bit the angle of attack, like this, so I can exploit a bit more of the space. This is the best thing I can do, that because I have no dialogue. Hilt. What is hilt? I have this basically. Okay, I understand. The no, because if I do the hilt, you will not see more. You are no longer seeing the characters. I don't want you to watch the blade now stand alone. They are having a conversation, so you should, yes, watch the blade, and it's interesting to see the blade in the meantime, but you have to keep in mind that they are speaking. So I think this is quite nice already. You basically watch the entire blade with him saying this is cursed, we need to get out of here, and then we say, once he said that, we are basically at the top, or more or less, and we can move to another camera with Arthas, and I will try to make it similar to the original. This one. So it's okay. Sorry, I told you I'm not really healthy today, so I can do something like this. We have Muradin here, it's visible, Arthas here, it's visible, and Frostmourne. So I should try to have them on the third. It's not really like that. Hello JZam. No, I'm using the 1.33 word editor. Can you send me some? I don't know how. Dagren, by the way, you know how to say in English antistaminico? I don't know the name. I know you used regenerate, but I'm going to also drink some water because I can't stand to speak anymore. I am going to regenerate, promise. I will stay as much in a correct position as I can. Antistaminic, probably, yeah. So 1, 2. Okay, this should be quite nice. So we have no JSAM. I have no crash issues while importing models. You have crash only unless you run out of RAM, so you crash, but this is another problem. The engine cannot work without enough RAM. But besides that, you only crash if you try to open a version of a map after a different version of itself. Basically, the cache is broken, so when you cache something and something is not the same in another part where it's still present, boom, it explodes. But it's quite rare unless you do really complex stuff. So this is okay. Yeah, this one, then this one, and then I want to rotate like that. Okay, then after we've done that, we have when you call upon the spirit of the place. And this one is way upper. Well, Lord Lorgom, yes, I understand what you say, but from a cinematic standpoint, it's not the correct thing to do. Okay, you tend to confuse the audience this way. Remember that we are trying to tell a story, not showcase a model. We are trying to showcase the model, the object itself. I say model, but I mean the object, while we tell the story. The story is the focus, okay? Having to import too many models is usually a design issue, unless you want to make custom tech trees, and yes, in that case you are screwed. But if you are using too many custom models, it's usually not needed, in my opinion. Unless you want to do a total conversion, of course, but we know Reforged can do total conversions right now. Even if you want to do them, we just can't. And 03, this is E, and this is, after E it comes the F. I can understand. I think they will add back custom campaigns. I'm not trusting them, but I think they will. So this will be the solution, basically. I think in the next week I will try to ping them to actually make. I'll try it on Twitter. I will try it on Twitter to ping on them to say, "Hey, allow me to use more space in my map without having it impossible to load from the game client, which is alpha gigabyte, basically the space we need. You should be able to have, and you don't have right now." Okay, so this is fine, and let me see how it rotates. It rotates around Frostmourne a little bit, so maybe this is not fine, but maybe this, and then this. Okay. Thank you, Vasily. What hardware do we have? You can find in the panel below the stream. If you scroll down, you will see my hardware specifications. You can see everything there. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM, by the way. This CSW team is going to use local files. These open a whole lot of other kind of problems, but allow them to bypass the model limit, the space limit. Okay. I don't want to use local files unless I really have. Okay, so then we have this, like, first close shot on Arthas. Like a close shot on Arthas. and then it comes to the blade. Okay. Then we have this shot from behind, which is quite close. Quite cool also. Not only close, but cool. Okay, there's a lot of cameras here. My god. I think to reproduce is a bit faster than to invent. Not always. Not in this case. So this shot like that. I think this should actually... I think this is nice, but I have to... Okay. This shot here should be actually quite still. I can probably make it a bit further behind. Maybe. Yes, like this. Okay. Maybe, no, maybe this was wrong. This is more like it, okay. Then we have, let me see again. Some polishing, some testing, and the last cinematic, which is basically a short cinematic where you have Arthas speaking with the captain saying Muradin is dead, finish. So it's very very short. I will take no more than 1 hour to make the last cinematic. 1 hour and a half to polish it perfectly. if I'm still healthy like today, so a bit slower than usually am, and then it's done. So I told you this week I will finish it. I was not lying. Yeah, before Christmas. Unless Blizzard do something weird, expect it at least 2-3 weeks before Christmas. Depends on translation, depends on Blizzard, depends on this kind of stuff, but it's early Christmas. Before the winter. Winter is 21 of December, so it's... So after that we have this scene, okay, and then he go on, he moves there, and we have a scene like this. It is a bit upper than usual. Where is this deleted voice line? I have not. I can hear it in the sound file, in the game sounds. Where is it? Yeah, it's true. It's true, Dagon, it's true. I think something like that. Something like this. Uh, we see. So it's like this, yes. This is not H01, but just H. And this is E. We'll check it out in a second. Frostmourne, and then we have hell, poor Muradin. Bye bye, Muradin. Okay. Then after this, Muradin is dead. And it should basically end up there somewhere, so. Okay. And then we have Arthas with his new sword. I know Muradin will survive in the retcon, but in the original it died. Let me check the sound you're mentioning. No. There is no Arthas 22. Yeah, maybe it's not here, it's somewhere else. Okay. I don't think I will need it, because you don't even play with Arthas with Frostmourne in this map. And the later one where you played like with it, it's just a playable interlude, so doesn't make much sense to use it. Then we have something like this here, with body of Muradin. LM. Okay. Okay, I think I did all the cameras. I'm scared by the amount of time I will have to spend to adjust them all. I'm so tired. Okay, so today I'm tired. So let's make some triggers for this, and I don't think we will be able to test it. I'm sorry, but I will make some triggers for it. What have I done? Okay. So here are the triggers. Let's start making some of these triggers. Yeah, English only is not enough. On that attack sound. No, what is this? Don't know. Okay, I have all the various sounds of the sword. Let me hear them. How should I call something like that? This not. This not. This one is that. Okay, this is when my gun dies. Okay, so this is not needed actually. Buy, and buy. Okay, this is good. So I think we don't need also these two. I don't need this, and I don't need this. Okay, this is what I need. Yes, it's the volume of the word editor is very high, so I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just testing sounds. I'm not going to test many more sounds. Thank you, that song, for the follow. So, not in 1, but we need to check them that are in 03 and 04 respectively. Where am I? Okay. Frostmourne, Belgun. Why Belgun? No Belgun. This is okay. No Farlick, no Marwin, no soldiers. Nothing. Much quicker than most of the things. Okay, yes, this all works. Okay, so Arthas and Muradin and Frostmourne, I don't need to clean up it because Frostmourne we can use the pre-placed item. Okay. The units. So, no Scourge. Scourge is not meaningful. No Dwarfs. Neutral hostile makes sense. User makes sense. Let me see for this one what we did. The neutral passive. We can copy this. It's so much faster to do. And then we just change this. And this, using this and this. Okay. Okay, let me check. It is 107. I obey, and I will also drink a bit of water. Resurrect, insane monster, resurrect from the dead. Tell Arthas to resurrect you too. Yeah, magic not for everyone. Okay. So. I told the amount, but I don't remember. So let me check it again. 107. In the original one, Muradin is too big. I think we can make them run. What do you think? I think they could run to reach the sword. Or just walk. What do you think is better? Running or walking? Fast walking or slow running? What's best? Do you think? I think they can just walk. I think they walked up here all the time, so they can still walk. In the original, they fast walk. Okay, we can do a fast walk with just something like this. Yeah, but probably walking will look better. I mean, they always walk. I think you don't usually run inside a cave where you don't know what's in, what's there. I mean, it's just absurd to think. They don't even run before. As you noticed, I always have them walking because it makes sense that they walk into this path. Who would run everywhere? I mean, it's for gameplay reasons, but when you walk into a cave, approach a boss, approach an item, you usually walk. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. We also turn collision off, so we don't have any problem. Gloomy lights, you are asking too much this poor engine. I will make a different lighting color to say, but this is actually very polished face, so I will do it by the end. It's not something I care so much to do earlier because it's not important. It doesn't change much of how you play and you feel. If I ship without it, no one will even notice. Slow running is not too slow, like fast walking is not too fast. Not that they walking around speed or running at speed walk, walk speed. Okay. Let's make Muradin a bit slower because he's a dwarf. Yaol recommend Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, and Frostmourne, we just need to do this. Standard. birth, death one. Okay, this is death basically. Okay. Anyway, so okay, we now do the cleanup. Okay, should play default music. We can clean up then. Okay. Okay, we enable everything. Perfect. Okay. Then we have to add cinematic. We have already, so we can do this. And we also do this here. And then we have to do this here, but I think that's enough for me today, for the stream at least. I will probably keep working on it off stream later, but I'm really tired. I basically can't speak anymore. So it's quite bad to stream without being able to speak. Hopefully next week I will feel better, and so I don't know if I will have a stream next week. Maybe beta testing something. We could do some beta testing together. I mean, when I release, I can do it right now. I mean, it's I need to design it. It will take at least 30-40 minutes more to be able to test this, and I don't have them. I'm going to die soon. I hope you understand. And I would have made this stream much longer if I had felt better, but I'm not feeling so well, so I think I should actually call it a day. We have done quite a bit of work. I will work off screen. It's better. Yeah. Yes. On evening it always gets worse. Thank you for the follow, Bill. Yeah, thank you, Elejon. So, for the YouTube people, sorry for the very short VOD with respect to very short session with respect to the usual, but as you can see, I'm not so in shape today. I hope you enjoyed what we've done here, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and enable notifications if you want to see all new VODs of this. You can also reach me on Twitch to join me live for the following streams. And if you like the project, you can still subscribe on Patreon and support the project. It's very appreciated. It's a lot of work, as you can see. So for all of you YouTube people from the future, we'll see you next time. Bye now.